This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP network.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the unofficial Universal Great Britain podcast. I'm Guy, and I'm here with Dawn, Tracy, and Lee, and we're here to continue delving into the Universal theme park coming to Bedford in the UK.
For episode 9, Guy and I will talk about our recent trip to Universal Orlando. Then we have a listener email to tackle, and we'll wrap up with the first part of our topic, the Universal difference.
So we're going to kick off this episode by passing things over to Guy and Dawn, as they very recently came back from 2 weeks at Universal Orlando. So guys, tell us about your trip.
I'm just going to switch off because I don't want to know.
Oh, Lee,
Wow.
I'm sorry. I do feel bad.
No, you don't.
A little bit, I do. I know, I really do, because I remember like last October when you guys were out and we couldn't, and it sucks.
But we haven't been back since May last year.
We haven't.
And that's a very long gap.
Yeah, for us.
Oh my God, we're really talking first world problems, aren't we? Oh my God, we haven't been back since May last year.
But like you guys were saying on UUOP not long ago, like our visits ramped up post-COVID too.
Yeah.
I think we had a backlog of sort of, missed trips, and we kind of went back and back and back. And when you go back more frequently, when you can't go back for a while, it's somehow much worse.
Yeah, of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good to be back. It really was.
Yeah, especially, it was.
So Dawn, do you want to kick us off?
So 2 weeks, we decided to split the trip this time because, we now have
The Epic Campus.
Campus?
Kind
Epic.
of campus.
We have Epic Universe. So we started with 4 nights at Stella Nova so that we can spend the first few days concentrating on being back in Epic.
What did you think of Stella Nova then?
I mean, it was our first time there. And overall, I mean, I thought it was fantastic. I loved it.
That's what we were going to discuss, the pros and cons of Stella Nova, because we've not.
Yeah, instead of doing like a full review, we thought just we'd pick 3 things that we liked and disliked. So, like on the pros list, obviously the location. It is, for Epic, incredible. It is. We timed it. We walked from the exit of the hotel to the gate of Epic in around 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, I really like the theming as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really nice, like a spacey kind of theme.
Yeah.
The rooms are really nice.
We fell in love with it as soon as we walked into it. We loved it there.
Yeah, super clean, modern, fresh lobby. I loved the ceiling height in the rooms. Actually, I seemed huge compared to the other hotels.
Yeah.
One thing we did do was we had heard some comments about noise from other rooms. So we asked for a room on the top floor, which had a slight disadvantage because the elevators there, when you're going to the top floor, at busy times, you are stopping on every floor.
Oh, yeah, that's the only con. Well, not only con, that's one of the cons.
Yeah,
is the elevators, the lifts.
But the hotel itself is really nice, and especially for the price we paid. We got a pass holder rate of like $110 a night.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's astonishing. And the value, the value for money at that price is, I don't think I've ever had better value for money at Universal, at any hotel.
No, that's
impressive.
That's a really good price.
We got an even better rate than you guys, but I'm not going to humble brag.
You got the free rate plus free everything rate.
Yeah, we got the
did.
media rate.
The we pay you rate.
Oh.
But
we'd stay there again.
Yes,
Yeah,
I like
definitely
it.
stay there again.
And it's funny, like we went over to Terra Luna, and for all they are mirror opposites of each other and very similar in theme, Terra it just lacks something that Stella Nova has. I don't quite know what it is.
To me, it felt claustrophobic.
It's weird, but they're exactly the same. It's very odd.
Terra's smaller.
Well, same theming as well. Like a
More or
space
less,
theme
yeah.
too, or no?
It's supposed to be the opposite, isn't it? Because obviously
Once-
Stella Nova's supposed to be
Terra
space,
is,
and Terra's supposed
yeah.
to be like earthy.
On ground, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But
But the
Oh, yeah,
one
that's
thing
true.
about Terra Luna, which is why even if we hadn't had your guys' feedback, we wouldn't have booked it, is it doesn't have the direct walking path. And that is such a selling point.
Yes.
for Stella
It really
Nova.
is.
I'm not sure why anyone would pick Terra Luna over it.
Yeah, it's about a 10-minute walk, isn't it?
Yes,
The only
I mean-
thing is that crossing that huge road.
Oh, yeah. Whether you
Waiting
get like
for
a
the
7-minute
lights,
walk
yeah.
or a 12-minute walk depends on if you hit that light
Yeah.
at a good time.
Yeah, but also that the walk it was okay when we went in March because the weather was tolerable.
Yeah.
Yes.
But going in the summer or when it's pissing down with rain, you don't,
Doing that
there's
walk
nothing.
in like August or September would be awful.
Yeah.
It would be, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, we did it
It's in direct sunshine as well.
in May, and I mean, to be fair, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning, but I don't remember it
That
being...
was a nice part of the day.
We were out there with you. It was hot.
Yeah.
But that wasn't
brutal.
August, September hot.
Yeah.
I disagree. I feel that when we were out May for Epic last year, that's the hottest I feel I've felt it in Orlando. I don't remember August being that. August was more humid, but I think May was hotter.
August,
Yeah, it was like 40 degrees, wasn't it?
Oh God, that day we did
Some
the
days.
Nintendo things.
It was
with you.
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah.
Like, I remember walking around Islands of Adventure that first night we arrived, and just it felt like I was in the oven, and there was no, like, just stiflingly, like, no air hot.
Yeah.
And I've never felt that in Orlando before.
It was very still. That I remember there was no wind that trip.
No.
Yeah, almost couldn't breathe.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, at that time of year, I mean, we were doing it at sort of 2 p.m, and it was a very pleasant walk. Doing it, again, if you get caught in the rain on that walk, you're in trouble.
Yeah, definitely in trouble.
But there are a couple of downsides, from our perspective at least.
So I thought that, and I think this also correlates to Epic at Universe as a park, is that when there's nothing to do in the evenings.
Yes.
There's no city walk close by. I mean, obviously there is, you can get there, but it's like a
You're not
20-minute
really going to. I mean,
bus ride, or you have to wait for the bus or an Uber or anything. But it's just in the evenings when the park shuts, or if you're tired, there's only a measly bar
Yeah.
at Selenova, and that's it. There's not really any restaurants.
there's a food
Epic
court
is
type
shut.
place. Yeah.
I mean, unless you go to Bar Helios and spend an absolute fortune,
Yeah.
or there's Flora for
Taverna.
Flora
Taverna.
Taverna,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've
You've
actually
already
never
eaten
been
in
there.
Epic. You know, what are you going to, yeah.
There's nothing. You're stuck then with really nothing. And if it rains, what are you going to do? You're just stuck in a hotel.
Because I
Yeah.
think the thing is, you're looking at it now, and from what we've heard, that area around Epic is going to look very different in 5 to 10 years' time. So it is going to be that eventually, but right now, yes, there isn't a lot to do.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like to get down to City Walk, it's 20 minutes on the bus.
It's like a 13-minute door-to-door, but sometimes you can't be asked to get on the bus.
But then you've also got to go through the hub and along the escalator, so you add another 5 to 10 minutes on there.
And that's
as
why
well.
I didn't. That's why I.
But it's not
'cause
too
we
bad.
We were pushing. I wanted to stay there in October last year, and that's why I didn't, because I didn't want that extra chew of coming back from Horror Nights. I know it's not.
I don't think it would be bad.
I don't know. It just.
I know.
But realistically, after a full day at Epic, because that's what you're going to do if you're staying over at Stella Nova, you leave the park in the sort of late evening after dinner, maybe 8 or 9 o'clock. You're going to go back to Stella Nova. Are you really then going to feel like going down, getting on the bus, going to City Walk to hang out for a bit, only to then get back on a bus and go back to Stella Nova? It's like there's a barrier of entry there, which you don't get when you're closer.
Yeah.
And that's the trade-off, isn't it? Like, if you're staying down at Stella or Terra or even Helios, you're staying there because you're going to Epic Universe.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
But that also leads on to the only other negative I have, which is that there aren't many food options.
No. And we didn't eat
And
it, to
again,
be
that's
fair.
part of the lack of City Walk and the lack of other hotels within walking distance. Again, yes, being able to eat in Epic is fantastic, but if, on our first evening, I mean, we would have gone into Epic anyway, but if we hadn't felt like going into Epic to have dinner after getting there after a long flight, there's not really much to eat in the hotel.
No.
But that is just what it is.
Which is funny when you look at them, because I think they're very comparative to, or comparable to Dockside and Surfside, yet the food options at Dockside and Surfside are far better than Stella Nova, which is strange.
And also, you're on International Drive, so if you didn't
True.
want anything in the hotel, you can easily walk out and you have a lot of options on your doorstep.
Yeah.
Whereas over there, I mean, you can, Uber Eats something, but you're not walking anywhere really.
It's not really convenient for.
No, you feel quite
options.
isolated in a way there. You're
Yeah.
on a little island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last thing, this isn't a negative for the hotel, but just something that we felt, and that is,
Missing the bubble.
Yeah.
But you still kind of are.
No, Epic at the moment does not feel like a Universal park
in the same way.
I get that.
in
Well,
the same
yeah.
way. Yeah, it feels, because it's separate. it's not a walking distance. It's not an easy. It's quite isolated, as we said before.
Yeah.
It just feels like a completely different park. It's not easy to get over to the OG parks.
And also, I think, and this is a kind of a contradictory thing to say, but it is such an excellent park and so incredibly well themed that it feels quite different to the other two parks.
Yes.
So it in a way, it doesn't feel like what I still think of when I think of Universal.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing to say. We were there for a few days, and by the end of those few days, we were saying, I can't wait to get over to Universal. Do you know what I mean? It's,
No.
No,
I get it.
It's like when we used to do Disney and then go over to Universal. After a few days in Disney, we'd be like, we can't wait to get over to Universal, where everything is walking distance. And there's so much,
Okay.
After a few days in Epic, we were like, we can't wait to get over. Not in a, we don't like it here, but we just miss it there.
You needed some atmosphere.
Yeah, but it was also quite nice though, because we had something to look forward to when we moved over.
Yeah.
So that's not a con. It's just something we were surprised by. We thought we'd be being like, I want to stay here longer because we love the hotel and we love Epic, but we were quite keen by the end of those few days to get over to the
OG parks.
Yeah, the OG parks.
I think that's the thing as well, whereas if you stay up at the North Campus in any of those hotels, that having your base there and going to Epic feels better than your base being at Epic and going over to the others. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we would definitely stay at Stella Nova again, but only as a split stay. We would never just stay. And we include Helios in that. We've stayed at Helios. We wouldn't stay there over any of the other. If we were staying in one hotel for the entire trip, we would stay over the main.
See, I would stay at Stella for a whole trip. If it wasn't, the only thing that put me off was because of Halloween Horror Nights, because you're getting out late and it's adding that little extra in. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't bother me.
See, for us, with our trip, when we stayed there, it was quite artificial for us anyway, because we were up.
Our focus was entirely not on the hotel.
We were up so early to be ready to be on the bus for media events. We were up 5:30 in the morning.
No, we were getting up at 6, but the itinerary was like, check-ins starts at 5:15, and I'm like, you can whistle, pal, because there's absolutely no way I'm getting up at that time.
Go down, get your free bottles of pop to take in the park, get your free cookies and things. But then it was like we'd be in the parks doing everything we had to do. We'd get maybe...
We got an hour and 45 minutes in between, and it flew by like that. And then we were back out for something on the night. Yeah,
we were taking out on the night as well. We were getting back after midnight, so... For us, we didn't have that issue.
Yeah, we weren't staying there as a hotel to experience the parks. We were there artificial for a very different reason.
Yeah, so we don't really have experience like you have of that. So our rose-tinted glasses are still quite rosy.
Yeah, we haven't vacationed there as such.
No, we need to do that.
No, but all the positive things you said about it, which is what convinced us to try it, we agreed with.
Yes.
We thought it was it's a great hotel. It doesn't feel like a budget Universal hotel in the slightest. The rooms are fantastic. They are like super modern, really kind of clean.
I mean, they should be, to be fair.
Yeah, they're just nice places to be.
Yeah. It really hurt to let Michelle stay in our room that last night.
Go
to our hotel. It was horrible.
Where were we? Dockside.
We got a personal bus though.
No, that wasn't that night.
That
wasn't that night.
No.
Oh, that's so funny.
No, that wasn't that night. That was when we went to see Michelle at Stella. Terra.
Oh, that was at Terra. That's right. Yeah.
Anyway, please continue.
The dodgy things you do.
Yeah, but overall, we were delighted. I mean, we got a great rate to stay at Helios when we first went out for the past sort of previews just before grand opening, and we liked Helios, but we did not think it's worth anywhere near what they're charging per night now.
I have heard that. That very much sounds like Michelle's review.
Whereas Stella Nova, we thought was undervalued.
Yeah.
But even for the convenience of staying inside the park, I don't think it's worth the cost that they're charging.
No.
Not when you could, if everything's timed right, you can walk from the park back to your hotel in 10 minutes.
I think when we compared the rates, it would have cost us sort of 3.5 times more to stay in Helios.
Not make any financial sense.
I want to do Helios at some point just because we've stayed at virtually all the other ones.
I would like it to not be one night because it would need to be 2 nights so you get that full thing,
I
but
saw
that's prohibitive.
someone post pass holder rates of $190 a night for Helios in August or something. So there are low rates available.
It's August,
but
though.
I'd say if you're doing Helios, you need the Parkview room because otherwise, what's the point?
Yes.
I agree. Yeah.
We were lucky. We got an incredibly good rate when we did it. But I wouldn't pay more than, if it was double Stella Nova, what we paid this time, if it was like $230, $40, I'd be tempted, but $350 plus like it is most of the time, no.
No, not worth it.
No.
I mean, it wasn't even those prices when it opened.
No.
Oh, when the rates first came out, it seemed like very good value, and then they quickly went up.
Yes, because they realised how much people wanted to actually stay there. I mean, it is a beautiful hotel.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, stunning.
Yeah, and the location is just...
It's
you
genius.
can't beat it.
Yeah.
Like it starts raining, you go back into your hotel and come back out when it's sunny, but you're paying for the privilege.
It gets too hot. You go and,
I mean, both of
Cool
those
down in the
things.
hotel.
Yeah, exactly.
Both of those things, I'm not going to do either way. It's anyway.
If
I'm in Epic and it starts raining, I'm not running back to the hotel. I'm just going to hole up somewhere in Epic.
We'll do the plastered out together.
Exactly. But when if you're staying in that hotel for a few days and you decide, okay, I don't know what Disney call it bounded. I don't know what the equivalent is for.
There isn't
Universal.
one because people are sensible and don't do it. They're
If
not
you wanted to
Disney
do that
weird
for each
adults.
land, though,
sorry, Disney people listening.
You just pop
Not
back.
sorry.
I'm ignoring you. Shut up. You just pop back to your hotel, change your outfit, and away you go. I'd do that.
And if you want to ride fire drill, you get soaked, you go back to your room, change, then head back out.
Do all your shopping, just take it back to the hotel.
You can do that anyway with any of the hotels. You just tell them, here, ship it back. It's part of the privilege of staying at Universal.
Yeah, but I want it now, not in 3 days' time.
Not tough.
It's not tough.
It is. They do it for free rather than paying $500 for a hotel room.
It's not. It's never worth that much money.
No.
I mean, I thought the rooms at Stella Nova were they're almost the same. The layout is identical.
I have said this for every hotel that we've ever stayed at or been in Orlando. They're all pretty much the same. It's just the level of quality of the rooms and fixtures and fittings that make the difference between a cheap hotel and an expensive hotel.
But you say that, but we checked into Helios literally a month or two after it first opened. And we get to our room and the blinds aren't working because they're
heard that.
Controlled via the iPad.
Yeah.
And, you don't have that problem at Stella Nova because you just pull them over like a normal person.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And we had to get, we were exhausted. We'd landed at Tampa and driven over. It was around 11 p.m. Orlando time, so 4 a.m. UK time. And we had to wait for someone to come up to the room to fix the curtains so that they could close so we could get to sleep.
Yeah. No, that's...
Wow.
Sometimes you can go too far with technology, I think.
Anyway, that wasn't this trip.
Yeah. No. Anyway, moving on from the hotels. It was our first trip back to Epic since the grand opening when the crowds were so very low. So in many ways, it was our first experience of the park that we've been reading and hearing about since we went out the first time.
I hope you had a better experience than our first visit in that respect. Because that first day back, I said on UUOP at the time, our first day back, I saw the cracks in the paintwork.
We had that and Stardust was down.
Of course
yes,
it was.
Stardust was down for our entire trip. And apart from not having Stardust to ride, that has a huge knock-on effect to the rest of the park because that is a people eater. It's 2 rides. And they have a high capacity on both sides. So to be honest, without Express, we'd go in for early entry and you get quite a lot done on early entry if you don't go Ministry of Donkey Kong.
Yep.
So I think we were messaging you. We did Hiccups, front and back row and Mario Kart before 10 a.m. And we were Mario Kart in the queue for the second time when the normal crowds hit.
And that was the difference of you going this time, of having Burke open for early park entry, because when we were there in October, it wasn't.
It's a great one to hit because no one else is there.
Yeah, everyone goes off to Nintendo World or
That's what we
Ministry.
Did. But then we knocked Donkey Kong out in half an hour, which, let's be honest, you're never going to ride Donkey Kong in half an hour any other time of the day.
I don't like Donkey Kong.
No, we just left Donkey Kong.
I really like it.
It's fine. We've been on it.
I like it.
Because the thing is, we always really somehow get the back row, and the back row is incredibly rough. I get off that ride with a massive headache and a neck ache. I feel like I have to wear a neck brace on that ride.
And also in the back row, you don't get the benefit of the view, the illusion of jumping the tracks.
Yeah.
So it's just, you could end up queuing for 90 minutes and then you got a 50-50 chance of getting seats which aren't so good in the ride.
I think we've had front row almost every time.
I don't know.
Sorry.
That's okay. I don't really like that ride anyway.
We've only ridden it 3 times.
So we'll do early entry, and then by 11 a.m. or so, the lines would be huge everywhere.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't actually do that much between sort of late morning and early evening when the lines really die down again. So 4 or 5 p.m. they start dropping. I mean, with Monsters Unchained, you can walk onto any time of day.
Yeah.
So we did that a lot.
Yeah, I'd just circle that for hours quite happily.
Oh yeah,
We did that, didn't we?
On our last day, we got off Monsters Unchained, and I just asked one of the other guys working there, "Can we just leave our things in the locker because we're going to loop around?" And he was like, "Oh, you want to ride again? Hold on, I'll just walk you back to the loading platform."
Nice,
perfect.
So we did that, and as we were coming off again, there was another lady being like, "Would anyone like to ride again?"
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yeah, so we did it, and
Awesome.
and we just looped it 3 times.
Fantastic.
Nice.
From there. It just shows how ridiculously, and at that time, most other rides in the park were like an hour or 90 minutes.
And that does worry me, quite honestly.
Yeah.
It's such a
That
beautiful ride.
Because it has the capacity. Yes, because of how it loads, it really does eat people. But even so, I don't know whether people are just put off by the fact that it's monsters or what it is. I just don't know. But it worries me that it's not getting the same throughput of people that the other 3 portals are.
We need a podcast that's all about the love for this ride.
I'm sure
we could do another podcast. We've got time.
The Dark Universe podcast.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
I did actually see myself, and I've read about it since.
What, on the ride?
People leaving, the people exiting of the pre-show, the Eagle pre-show. And I think people see the ride motion of the model.
But it's so exaggerated.
And
it
they
puts
think
them
the
off.
ride's going to be like that.
Oh my
and they-
God.
It puts them off, yeah.
Yes, it's going to throw you around like a rag doll and you're going to fall out like the one on the floor. Really?
I didn't see that. I didn't see anyone.
Yeah, on one of our rides, there was a group
That's
who
interesting.
exited. And
Really?
I was reading a sort of a trip report thing on Reddit, I think, recently, and a guy said, all 5 of us went into the queue, but only me and my daughter rode it because the others were put off by the pre-show motion.
It's
So we went and
so
got them and
smooth.
told them it wasn't like that, and then we all went on it together.
I
So
would have told them it wasn't like that. I'm like, I don't like rides.
I don't know. But then that doesn't explain the short queue on its own because people are still queuing to get into the pre-show. So
Yeah. And
That's
people
true.
need to stop walking out of the Victoria and Frankenstein
Oh, yeah,
one
before the
as
final.
soon as those doors open, stay, because it's absolutely brilliant.
I'll put it this way. I still love the park.
Good.
But I can definitely see where some of the criticisms are coming from, especially for people who have a day there. Because, yeah, it does have its issues.
Did you have the 2-week tickets, Guy?
Yeah, we're going to get
Yeah,
onto
we
that.
did.
In fact, Dawn, why don't
Yeah, that's why we got the 14-day UK tickets. So it allowed us to park hop. So we didn't have to be in Epic on certain days. So we didn't really feel like it for the entire day. We stayed at the OG parks and didn't go to Epic till like 4 p.m.
Yeah, there are quite a lot of days where we'd start in Universal Islands, and then at like 4 o'clock, we'd hop on a bus, go over to Epic, have dinner, have some drinks, and do a couple of rides.
And like days when it was raining in the morning or raining in the early afternoon, we obviously didn't go to Epic.
It's counterintuitive, but being able to park hop in and out of Epic makes it a much more pleasurable park to be in, because you're not stuck for extended periods wondering what to do when the line's at their peak.
See, I'm telling you now, if I have 14-day tickets for that park and I'm there for 14 days, I'm going to struggle not to do 14 days at Epic Universe. It's going to kill me every minute I am not in that park while it's open.
Well, I'm going to kill Lee because I'm determined to do all 3 parks in one day.
Picture this, Lee. You're over in Islands and Studios. Wait times are fairly reasonable there, but in Epic, they're very high. You can enjoy Islands and Studios, then around 3 or 4 p.m. you can go over to Epic, still having 5 hours or so to spend in Epic. When it gets cooler, when the lights come up and it looks better, and when the queues get smaller. We would go over there, have like a couple of drinks in the Plastered Owl, ride Monsters Unchained,
Ride
hit Battle of the
Ministry
with 45-minute waits because everyone's gone, ride
It's
pickups
basically a
at
walkthrough
sunset.
sometimes, yeah.
We would do half the park in around 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was such a nice way of doing it. And then we'd eat at Pizza Moon.
Yeah, I was going to say,
And
and
we get the bus
Pizza Moon.
back.
it is
Yeah.
a fact that all drinks in the Placid Owl taste better after 4 p.m. It's a
There
true
you are.
fact.
That is true.
Yeah?
I ordered their version of a Bloody Maria, and it was absolutely delicious. The right spice level as well.
Going back to what you said there, we've eaten at Pizza Moon twice. Now, I'll be honest, I need to go back again because I wasn't blown away either time.
The time I enjoyed it most was media, and we got all the little tastes.
I mean, the ubi
The Ubi Cross pizza.
with the bechamel and the garlic.
I hate bechamel sauce, and we got it when we
Oh,
were
I
there
love
with Chris and
bechamel.
Alexa last time, and it was the one all 4 of us didn't like.
It was an absolute texture nightmare for me, and I was
Oh, I
really
love that
excited
pizza.
by it.
I hate bechamel sauce.
So we ate all of the pepperoni one, didn't we, between us?
I do like the
There was
pepperoni one.
fighting over the last slice. There was like a slice of pepperoni and a slice of the ube
think I
one,
got
and
it.
it's like, I do not want that. Like, will someone else please eat it? And can I have
think-
the
didn't
pepperoni
Chris
one?
eat it?
I can't remember. I think it might have actually got chucked.
Ugh. But you know, that's why we have choices.
Speaking of food, we ate a lot. We actually realised we've now eaten at every restaurant in the park, apart from Comet Dogs and Frosty Moon, everywhere.
No, did we not get Frosty Moon our first trip?
No, we got watermelon from Comet Dogs.
That counts.
with
I did
Fiji
ask
in.
them about the vegan dogs, but they didn't know what.
No, they didn't have the carrot one anymore.
Oh,
We-
No,
No, they
don't
got
do
rid
it.
of that a while ago
About-
because Shelby from
yeah,
Taste
about
of
a month
Universal
ago,
was
month, 6 weeks,
devastated.
I wanted to try it.
I wanted to try one. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Tracy,
wanted to
that's what
try
went
it.
there. I wanted to try one just out of curiosity.
Oh, it makes me laugh. I've got to say it. Sorry, vegans, but whoever on Universal's culinary team went, right, we're going to do a hot dog stand. We're going to have all these hot dogs, but we need something that the vegans can have. What's the vegan equivalent of a sausage? I know, a carrot.
But a
That's why I
smoked
wanted to try
carrot.
it.
I don't care. It's still
It's
a
delicious.
carrot. We have vegan hot dogs. Why would you stick a carrot in it?
Well, that's what they now have. They've listened
Yes,
to you,
I
Lee.
know. It doesn't make sense, but I know Shelby absolutely adored
Yeah, a
it.
lot of people absolutely adored
It
it.
just seems
It
a
was meant
weird.
to be really interesting.
It's like
How
such
interesting can a carrot be?
Exactly.
Oh, it's a smoky carrot.
A, yeah,
you-
carrot.
okay.
Yeah, I'm with
It's a
Dawn. I don't
carrot.
get it.
I don't even like carrots, and I wanted to try it.
It's like
I
I'm with you,
wanted to
Tracy.
try
I really
it.
wanted to try it.
I
like-
actually wanted to try
it's
it.
like having a burger place and go, right, we're going to have burgers. We're going to have a vegan option. What's the equivalent of a beef burger?
Mushroom.
Oh,
Yeah.
But that's probably
It's
what it
usually
is.
just a big
It goes something
portobello
like,
mushroom.
I know, broccoli.
I will give you cauliflower steak. It's just a
Oh,
slice of cauliflower.
They charge like $30 for
I
a
know.
slice of cauliflower. It's
Do you know how-
obscene.
Do you know how many
you said it
cauliflowers
was-
I could grow for that?
Exactly. Well, to be fair, do you know how
Yeah.
many cookies I could buy for the $6 I pay for the one from Snookers and Snookers? A lot.
I could bake even more
But
than
anyway.
that. Anyway, vacation prices.
I swear we went to Frosty Moon on the
maybe
first
so.
trip.
I'm pretty
It's
sure you
possible.
told us that you went.
I have no idea. We haven't
Yes.
Well, the thing is, like the places that everyone talks about, like Atlantic, Pizza Moon, Oaken Star, Burning Blade, were all still great. But there are a few places which we, haven't really heard much about, and we were really surprised by.
Spitfire Grill.
We haven't been to
I
Spitfire
gotta say,
no,
it's
we
the
haven't.
healthiest theme park
Oh, you-
food
You put me
I've
off
ever
now.
had.
They're the ones that
And
do
it's
like
delicious.
they do like
Yeah.
the noodle
I showed
balls,
you the
don't
picture.
Yes, it
It's-
looks amazing.
They do like bowls.
Yes.
So the one that Dawn was particularly keen on is Astrid's bowl, which is like it's
Prawns.
they? Oh my god! Don't get me started. Astrid's bowl is prawns. Of course it is.
yeah, I know.
Prawns with tahini,
Sticky rice, tahini,
Sticky rice, broccoli.
broccolini. It's
I don't know, it was just really good.
so good. It's great for like a light lunch,
It sounds
it
sounds really
sounds
good,
good.
actually.
and no one talks about it. We kind of went there because we thought, we may as well try it,
Yeah.
and we went back the next day.
Okay.
I had beef as well. I had a steak.
Yeah, and you get to sit overlooking fire drill, which is kind of fun.
Yes. Although, how
Yeah.
heavy are those chairs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Ridiculously
I know.
heavy.
Well, the real chairs.
With
the real wood,
That's
it's
the
great.
attention to detail.
Yeah, but that was a surprise. Also, the Le Gobelet Noir
Yep,
Uh-huh.
we've been in there.
in Visiting Paris. The Alchemist platter was really good.
So we
And
haven't
the
eaten in
baklava.
there. We've only drank in
Yeah.
there.
I did that too.
Of course you
Of course
did.
you did. You can't let the side down.
Exactly. The Star Subao, the celestial steamed
Yep.
bun, that was delicious. That was so good.
And Tracy, you're going to have to tell us how to pronounce this one. It's
Tteokbokki.
a tteokbokki.
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 tteokbokki skewer was lovely, but it was impossible to eat.
It was also not tteokbokki, according to Tracy.
Yeah, it wasn't authentic.
It's kind of like a hot dog covered in cheese.
Yeah, no, that's not.
I'm not complaining.
And it's supposed to be, well, what I understood was it's supposed to be a cylindrical rice cake, the tok, and then a little Vienna sausage, a rice cake sausage, and it's like that on a skewer with a spicy sauce, and that's how it had been described to me. And tteokbokki is just rice cakes in a spicy sauce.
That is nothing like what we got.
So when that turned up and it was this weird melted splat.
It smelled amazing, though, I will say that.
With little hot dogs underneath, and then I got one rice cake. It was kind of like...
Anyway, Snars.
I mean, it was delicious, but it just needs renaming.
No, it's a rice cake. They're like a weird little cylindrical spongy thing.
It's...
No, yours was just cheese.
It was just cheese and sausage.
Yeah, tok literally means rice cake.
They're nice, them, as well. I like them.
I love... Yeah. I mean, it was really good. They just need to name it
it smelled
correctly.
amazing, but it wasn't what it... Like, how many things do you buy over here that say the kimchi? The kimchi bao from Bend the Bao has no kimchi on it whatsoever.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
The kimchi FC, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There's no
kimchi.
I think there's either spring onion. There's a spring onion.
There's
Because Chris had it.
A bit of lettuce.
Where's the kimchi gone? Like, there is none.
And I eat kimchi like it's coming out, like, you know, it comes out my ears. Yeah, until it's coming out of fashion is what I was going to say. I was mixing my metaphors.
I was thinking it was coming out of, but okay.
I mean, you know, gay kimchi.
Something fermented.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I agree. It's absolutely delicious because it was a sweet, spicy sauce, but not tteokbokki.
Fair enough. Lastly, Meteor Astropal.
See, we haven't even been in there.
We looked at the menu, but it was too early.
All I'll say is that it has the nicest outdoor seating area in Epic.
Okay.
For the...
We sat like right by the fountains. We had dinner there. I had a surprisingly
it was a great
salad.
view of the fountains.
Oh, that's a good tip.
And stunning view of the fountains. It was really nice.
Okay, it is. That's probably.
It's on our list.
It's really high on our list because it is one of the main eateries we haven't actually eaten at. For us, it's that and Mead Hall. We've sat in Mead Hall a million times, but never actually eaten in there.
We've eaten in Mead Hall, but not this trip. It was nice. Enjoyed it.
Oh, that was the one of the giant turkey wings.
I got the turkey wings.
I just want that big platter that couple had next to us when we were there with
Next
you
to
guys.
us.
Yeah.
Well, next time we're there together, we can share that.
Yes.
No, we get one each.
Okay, fine. We'll race to see who finishes it
The
first.
thing is, though, if we keep getting the sharing platters, we just keep going around.
That's what we need
Oh
to
my
do.
God, there's an eating challenge.
yes.
Man versus food. They do a beard
woman wins.
beard meets food.
Well, that's one thing we did learn, actually, is we ended up in most places just getting one thing to share, which let us try much more and also saved a lot of money.
And that's the beauty of mobile ordering. You don't feel awkward ordering it.
Yeah. And going over to Epic in the evenings to eat there instead of eating at City Walk is actually is so much more cost effective.
Yeah.
A meal in Epic in Celestial Park is maybe sort of 60% of City Walk.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be getting more stuff in there. There was the Mexican that was supposed to be there and an Italian that was supposed to be open this year, but it's disappeared now, But I think Celestial Park at some point in the near future is going to become that sort of City Walk hub on a night. I think it will be. It will be open later. They just need to add a few more options in there.
It's laid out perfectly for it.
100%.
So
yeah.
The thing is, apart from Pizza Moon, at sort of 8 p.m, almost all the other restaurants are empty.
Right.
Lots of them shut an hour before the park shuts because there's no one in them.
Also, Plaza Dow shuts at 8 as well.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So you have to double fist it at 10 to 8.
See, that's odd because we went to Café La de la Serene at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
We were in there. We were still
Some
in
of
there at
them
like
are
quarter
open.
to 10.
And I think that one's very popular.
To be fair, it was pretty empty when we were in there.
It would be nice to go in with some other people, have a little bit of atmosphere.
It was pretty empty. I think
That
there
was
was
good
us and
food.
maybe 3 other tables in there at that time.
I mean, I'm with you. I think if they did a dining ticket, say, or an annual pass holder, or you stay at Helios and Stella Nova and Terra Luna, and you can get in to eat in City Walk even if you don't have an Epic ticket, it would make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We finally went to the Toadstool Cafe.
Okay.
Cafe.
Did you get the
It was
Princess
so
Peach
cute.
cake?
No, we got the Mount Beanpole cake and
Yes,
some
you
sort of
said-
tiramisu
Yes.
crap.
Yes.
That was crap.
I remember our conversation about it, the photos.
Yeah, we were there and we're talking to you. I mean, I'll just put it this way. We learned from your mistake when it came to the Princess Peach cake.
Yeah, it was too much.
Yes.
We did tell the person who dropped our food off that our friends, when they were there, had that between 2 people, and he looked very impressed.
That was with the food as well.
It's like, it was, And but we only we got the Mario burger and split it, and then got the cake, and I have a sweet tooth, and it was far too much for me.
I mean, I'd love to try it, but
it was delicious. Right, when we're all there together, we'll get it between us.
Yeah,
and just that.
Cake
that was so good.
I will get one of those as well. Because I need to try that.
That was really absolutely delicious. We had so many macarons.
Oh, macarons are huge now in Epic. They're everywhere.
Like the butterbeer macaron was just
so good.
like
Interesting.
amazing.
I have heard that they're great.
They are. I don't even really like macarons, but I just couldn't stop eating them.
So they've got a large selection in caramel in the Wizarding Paris section, but also in Starship chocolates on the way out. They've got a display case of macarons. They've got like a peanut butter and jelly one, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, that was nice.
A red velvet one, salted. I mean, Snickers,
I'm sorry, I have to be that person, but it's not called Starship chocolates. Its name is not coming to Moonship. There you go. I knew it wasn't Starship.
Yeah.
I love it in there. It's just so cute.
It's just so expensive. We haven't bought
so
anything,
cute.
but yes, it is.
I know. I meant to buy a Captain Cacao doll when I was out there, and we left after our final one, and I went, "Oh no, I forgot to buy Captain Cacao." So now I have to go back.
You have to go back. He's calling you.
Yeah.
It is the law.
Also, a tip for anyone. K-Ramel in Wizarding Paris, they have a display case full of things like macarons. On the bottom shelf, they've got some cakes, and one of the cakes is a bow battle cake.
I've seen it. It's amazing. Yes.
It is the single best sweet thing I've ever eaten at Universal Orlando.
I know, you haven't stopped going on about it.
It looks beautiful as well.
But next time I'm at Epic, I'm having that.
Okay.
For breakfast.
I was going to say, it sounds like a good breakfast. Do you remember how much it was?
$55.
Probably, yeah. I know. I think it was sort of like
it'd be
$14 or something.
What?
It's a huge cake, Lee.
And it wants to be the size of a family-style cake for that price.
That is why you need to keep an annual pass. Just for the discount.
$1.40 is not going to make that much difference.
No,
you're probably right. It'll be ridiculously expensive because it's Epic Universe.
It was worth every penny.
That same cake in Diagon Alley will be $10. In Epic Universe, it's $14 because it's got that epic tax.
You are the man who's spending $7 on a cookie. So
$6.
Okay,
get it right, man.
We did try the. It was butterbeer season. So
we went for butterbeer season.
Oh yes,
butterbeer
waffle
sandwich, the waffle.
Butterbeer cupcake. We brought the butterbeer sandwich.
Yeah,
and the cupcake back to home.
Nice.
Here.
It was our reward for getting home.
It was a bit smushed, but it survived the plane journey.
We watched Ben and Aubrey, our new network members, vlog when they went out and tried everything butterbeer in one day at the OG parks, and it all looks really good, actually.
It really does.
Do they now have diabetes?
Yes.
they said it was
Double
definitely
diabetes.
a struggle by the end.
Yeah.
Oh, the waffle was so good.
I've just found it. It is $14, Lee.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, it's like Ben and Aubrey, they had the waffle.
That's £10.
And they were talking about the hard pack butterbeer as well. And I'm looking at it, I'm going, there's a waffle, there's ice cream, put them together, Ben, put them together, Ben, put them together. And he did it. And I was like,
put them together.
This is why Ben and Aubrey are now part of the network.
But what did
I like the way they think.
Oh, what did I say on taste? To something else to add to it. So it was triple butterbeer. I can't remember. If you want to know, go and listen to Taste.
Way to plug it. Ben and Aubrey joined the girls on Taste of Universal this week to talk about butterbeer season and Mardi Gras. Catch it on all podcast platforms.
Mardi Gras. Oh, the food was good this year, Mardi Gras.
Oh, it looked it. Those, basically the flame grills.
Oh, yeah. Kayla was obsessed with
meat.
them.
It looked amazing.
Oh, the jerk chicken and the picanha. The picanha was really good.
Yeah, where they were cooking the salmon.
Oh, that salmon looked fantastic.
Salmon.
Yeah, salmon was so good.
I love salmon.
It was really good.
Anyone tuning into this podcast going, I thought this was supposed to be about the Great Britain Park.
They were very, very mistaken.
Exactly.
Okay, the only negatives I can think to mention about Epic are, everyone knows that the park doesn't have the capacity for the crowds, and that was really, really noticeable with Stardust down.
Yes.
With rain, even worse. Rides are going down far too often still, although Ministry does seem much more reliable.
Okay.
But the bigger issue...
Oh yeah, there's a lot of wear and tear in the parks.
A
Things
lot.
are like
I've heard
that a lot,
broken. There's
yes.
all constructions all over the place. There's ride vehicles. There's, the Isle of Burke.
Yeah, the ride vehicles
Portal
are
is-
roped off on Constellation Carousel, quite a lot of them.
And that's people. That's people not looking after things, right? I hate theme park people. They just don't treat things well. I mean, to be fair, when we were there for the media event, we noticed things were scuffed at that point. I'm like, this park hasn't even been fully open. It's not even fully open yet. And there's scratch marks and paint peeling, and people just don't look after things.
But there's random construction walls everywhere.
But then, see, we were watching a video from Vincent Vision, and he was talking about all the walls. And the thing is that with all the will in the world, the people who construct those parks can set things up how they think guests are going to interact with it. And they're never going to know until people actually get in there and start using it. And it's not because they're using cheap materials or whatever. It's just they don't know what the wear and tear is going to be until guests start going in there. So I would argue that seeing walls up in it, yeah, it's crappy because you don't want to see that. And you can go that way. We did the same. It's like, oh, it's bad. It looks bad form to have all these things walled off already, but at least they're on top of it.
I agree, but we're still talking about a park that hasn't been open a year. And some of it is surprising. Like I sent you pictures. The Isle of Burke portal was closed one of the days we were there.
I actually was thinking about that, and I wonder if it's something to do with the screens, because when we went through very early, like it was during media, we noticed that there was pixels out.
I thought that was Dark Universe where we noticed pixels were out.
We noticed it in one, then we noticed it in many.
But again,
and I wonder if something's happened and it's got damaged.
That'll be people bashing it as they go through because people can't keep their hands to themselves.
Monsters Unchained.
Yes.
I've been on that a lot of times now. I've never once seen the first Ego animatronic work on the
Really?
ride.
I think we've only ever seen it roped off once.
I think once, maybe two. We went straight around to twice, yeah. But
Also Nintendo World.
Nintendo's in bad shape.
really?
Yeah, because there's a lot of like the coins weren't turning around, the Goombas weren't moving, and the weird turtle
Koopa Troopers.
Koopa Trooper
Okay.
animatronics weren't moving. Things just wasn't working.
There are a lot of still animatronics.
And it's not even
in
open
there.
a year. And they have
lot.
Nintendo World in Japan
Yeah.
and California.
Yeah.
And half of it is broken.
And these aren't guest wear and tear areas.
No, you
start
can't reach
touching
them.
These things.
That's interesting.
There were we walked in the first time. I kind of looked down like, whoa.
This park, I'm not going back.
Because that land especially needs that kinetic energy, because you're being sucked into a video game,
But
so everything should be moving.
The argument is the average person going in will be a first-time visitor and won't notice those things.
Bollocks.
But yes, no, bollocks. No, it's not. You
Well,
wouldn't know.
There's so much that is moving. The things that aren't do look a little bit. Why aren't they moving?
Yeah, if you've played the games, the coins aren't static in the games; they're spinning. So you'd see coins not moving. You'd be like, "Oh, they should be spinning."
And
Yeah, but
some
that doesn't
are
mean
spinning
they're
and others aren't.
supposed
It's
to
just
be.
it does. I mean, overall, these are like they're small criticisms, but it is especially noticeable in Super Nintendo.
But then I suppose it's that you think about. Everyone expects, it's a brand new park. Listen to me being the voice of reason. It's a brand new park. Everything should be working as it is. And it's that thing, Tracy, you and I talk about it a lot, about people buying new houses. People buy new houses because we don't want to buy an old house to have all the problems that old houses come with. So we buy a new house because you shouldn't get those problems. It should be brand new. Everything should be perfect. But it doesn't work like that. And I suppose this is the same. But I will go along with you with Super Nintendo World because, yes, that is not the first iteration of that world.
And Lee, I've got to say, we went into that park multiple days over 2 weeks, and the same animatronics were down day after day after day.
I mean, it's also a very tactile park.
So
something else wasn't working in the Isle of Burke. That
one
big
of
animatronic, the fish.
The ice dragon hasn't been working for ages.
You know when you walk into Isle
thing?
of Burke, the two statues in the lagoon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
One of them
the-
didn't have fire in its mouth for the entire 2 weeks.
That's been a constant thing.
That happens a lot in Jurassic Park as well, though.
Yeah, it does.
Does it? No.
I'm being nitpicky, but it's because
I know. Because you want and expect better from them.
Yeah, that's it. Especially when it is the flagship, the new, the exciting.
Yes.
And these are really nitpicky, but Super Nintendo I remember thinking, I love Nintendo.
Yes.
I love that land. And the first time I walked into it, the motion everywhere really sells it.
The noises, the sounds. It's just like entering a video game.
Yeah, it's total immersion.
Yeah.
While we're on that world, actually, I've got a soapbox issue. I probably should do it on the other show. But people who have power-up bands, please don't smash those into the cubes. Use your fist instead. Anyway,
theme park people, idiots. The idiots, the lot of them.
The Universal are going to tell people because then they'd have to replace that power-up band.
We need to do a thing on UUOP of like the top 10 things we see people doing that they shouldn't.
On the phone. Sorry,
visiting the parks.
Right,
anyone who's not a proper theme park person, don't go.
Save it for the blog.
No, I want to talk about it on the show. I could have a real rant.
No, I need content for the blog.
Anyway.
I did, going on this people thing about theme parks, this might be really bad to say. I'm a bit worried about British people.
That's a sentence, yeah.
I was waiting for Guy. It was outside by ET, was it? Where's that animal trainers? Animal actors.
Yeah.
It was near ET.
Yeah.
And I saw these bunch of teenagers, like three boys, just, messing around, walking, blah, blah. And one of the boys threw a bottle of water, aimed it at the bin. Now it hit the rim of the bin and bounced off. And I just watched what he would do. So he actually kind of dropped off from the group, went back, picked up the bottle and actually threw it inside the bin and then ran to join the rest of the group. So then I was thinking, if this was the UK, I'm sorry, but are they going to do that? Teenage boys?
No.
There's so much rubbish at the side of the motorways. There's so much rubbish everywhere.
So that brings me to a point. So I completely agree with you, Don. I'm going to tell you, I experienced something kind of along those lines tonight. I went to the supermarket tonight. I went to Morrison's. I'm going to call them out. Actually, it wasn't Morrison's.
Oh, grief.
But it was the Morrison's up the road from us, and I went to get a trolley. And there was a big trolley, with the ones that have the little seats for the kids to sit in.
Yeah.
And someone had obviously changed their kid's nappy, wrapped it up, and just left it in the seat of the trolley. I'm like, what the?
No, that's
what?
disgusting.
What, the nappy or
biohazard?
The nappy. It was a nappy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right?
It's biohazard.
They took it off and they'd wrapped it up, but it wasn't in a bag or anything. It was just the nappy wrapped up, and they'd left it on the seat in the trolley. And I'm like,
nobody was paid enough to clear that up.
Poor kid, because they're all kids who work doing the trolleys.
Well,
18-year-old, they are, most of all the ones there are. Like 18-year-old kids are getting paid minimum wage. That's not their job. They shouldn't have to do that. And that's UK people for you. Not all of them, by the way, but the vast
not all of them, no, but
that's a fair few. I do agree with you. It is something that concerns me about this park, because you see how people haven't treated the Orlando parks particularly well, and I do feel like the average UK visitor doesn't treat those parks as well as everyone else.
Yeah.
Sorry if I've offended anyone, but I do find it's true.
I mean, it might be below average.
We've said it before. We can walk around those Orlando parks and generally pick out the English.
We play that game.
Yeah,
we do play that game.
It's fairly obvious a lot of the time. But anyway, yes.
Anyway, where are we going now?
The thing is, trying to sum up a 2-week trip without boring you guys for ages is difficult.
We've been at it an hour already.
The OG parks were great. No complaints. Studios was in good shape. Mardi Gras was really good. Islands has a lot of construction work going on, but again, they need refurbishment.
It was so weird. And it's not Islands. It's so weird to see the skyline of City Walk without Rip Ride.
Oh, Rip Ride Rocket being not being there for the first time.
It was just it looked really empty.
The first time?
Really weird, actually. Really weird. Yeah,
we got to see it, like we were there while they were pulling it down, so we literally go one day and then go back the next day, and like a huge chunk of it gone, and then go back the next day and another massive chunk of it gone. Was bizarre.
Stood in line for
LRTista.
And I said to Lee, the loaded platform's gone. And he was like, what? And he looked and he was like, we could see the sky.
It's crazy. Yeah, it was crazy.
The day before that had all been there. It was fun.
It isn't the land they've cleared for that ride. I'm excited. So, you can forgive construction for that sort of thing. And
Oh,
the
yeah.
only downer for me was in Islands of Adventure, the backwater bar terrace was closed,
Yes.
which was frankly devastating.
Yeah.
It's my favorite attraction in the park.
People watching.
Yeah.
And that
You
was
converted
disappointing.
us.
Yeah, you were the reason that we went there for the first time, and then we even went there without you.
Yep.
Yeah, and you sent us a picture from
We
there.
did.
And we wanted to recreate that picture and send it back to you, but we had to improvise. Look, I can forgive all of that there.
Good.
It needs it. They want to maintain the park in good shape,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that. So, Jurassic Park feels a bit empty with River Adventure being down, but that is, again, much needed refurbishment. I don't really have anything. I mean, we had a great time in the original parks.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
They are what they are, aren't they?
Oh, Confisco Grill was great.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the new menu in Confisco Grill.
Yeah, really good.
Oh, good.
We'd go back there now.
So yeah, I'm not really sure what else there is.
I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah, for us, the real difference this year compared to last year was having the park copper ticket and being able to
Yes.
drop in and out of Epic. Made it such a sort of a more relaxed experience going over to that park. And my favorite days at Epic were the days where we just dropped in late afternoon and had a really nice few hours there, and then got back over to Sapphire.
I this might sound a bit weird and obviously maybe obvious, but the staff, team members, whatever they're called, they seem to run things a lot more smoothly than opening day, obviously, and pass holder previews. They seem to, like, when rides break down, we were in Mario Kart that broke down, there was no panic, there was no stressing, there was just, oh, okay, we don't know when it's going to come back, but you can leave through here. And everything was just, it was nicer. It was a much nicer experience.
Operationally, everything seemed a lot smoother.
Yeah.
Which it needed to be, because the rides themselves weren't operating very well.
I mean, apart from Stardust being down,
Mario Kart
the bed a few times, but reliability was pretty good actually over in Epic. Ministry is surprising. Like, we walked onto Ministry a couple of times.
Wow.
I mean, again, in the last sort of half hour the park was open.
Yeah.
But even then,
And it was weird with the ride, you have a different experience every seat you have.
yeah.
Yeah, but those animatronics still look terrible.
Well, that's the weird thing about that ride. It's got the best animatronic that Universe
Yeah.
ever done, and
Yeah.
the worst animatronic they've ever done in
Yeah.
the
That
same
was the
ride.
payoff.
What's the worst animatronic?
The final scene in the courtroom
Ron.
with
Oh,
Umbridge.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Those weird
that's-
face projections.
Yeah.
And it works so well for Victoria in the
Yeah.
Monsters pre-show, but it just looks
Yeah.
so wonky in them.
But it hasn't a rumpant, and I'm quite happy about that.
And I've only ridden that ride 3 times. I need to ride it more.
The more I go on that ride, the more I like it.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Yeah. I think if you can get that sweet spot where you're not in line for too long, you can loiter a little bit in that great reveal and have a look at the details, and then go into the ride queue, the line.
Yeah.
So I think if you hit that sweet spot, you can actually really enjoy it. But if you've been stood in that line for 2 or 3 hours, by the time you
God,
get
no.
on that ride, you're over it.
No ride's gonna live up to the hype of waiting 3 or 4 hours
No.
for it. I don't care what it is.
I mean, we've been on Ministry probably 10, 12 times now, and we've never waited more than... The longest we waited is 45 minutes. Our average wait's probably around 20.
How
We
long
waited
did
an
we-
hour on media day,
Yeah.
and there was like literally 500 people in the park. To be fair, they were all in that ride.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, the operations are queue moves so much quicker,
Yeah.
and that's with Express now.
Yeah, I mean, we like Lee says, everybody in that line. It was literally all of media because
Pretty
we were
much.
funneled about. But it was great.
Yeah.
Because
Well, no, because we went straight into Le
to-
Cirque Arcanu and then went over to Ministry.
But we were we'd spent the time. We made some acquaintances like Harry and Jamie, and had a good time there. But because we were slow moving, we actually got to see things in the queue.
You might have got to say I was
And-
too busy talking to
Lee, you busy talking? What?
I know, right?
well, I was talking to someone who writes for Empire magazine, was
Yeah, I
telling
was
me
talking to Jamie as well.
he did no, it was Harry. He
Jamie's
was already
son, yeah.
so it was at a point where series 2 of The Last of Us hadn't come out, and he'd already seen all 8 episodes, and I'm like, tell me more. So I didn't see any of the queue. I was too busy engrossed in film and TV conversation with him, to be fair. Anyway,
So funny. Yeah, it was a great trip.
Good.
We are desperately sad to be home, and we really want to book a trip back, but we're not quite sure when that will be.
Your 40th?
I am 40 this year, so you never know.
Well,
I think, so I think that covers it.
So it's
Exactly.
interesting, something I kind of want to just briefly ask before we move on to the next topic, something that kind of Dawn brought up there. So obviously knowing that they're building a UK park now, did it make you look at Orlando through a different eyes? It's obviously Dawn already has, because she viewed what happened with those kids with a bottle and stuff and kind of thought, well, would that happen over here? But did it make you look at anything else from a different perspective because of that?
Food options.
Yeah.
Definitely, because it's so different. Like the food in Epic, well, actually the food in the whole entire resort,
Yeah,
Orlando
do you feel like
Resort
they've upped
was...
their game?
They definitely have upped their game 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping they would take that to this park in the UK
It's
as
also
well.
like interesting. Everywhere you go, there's like interesting things which aren't everywhere else.
Yeah.
But I'm also slightly worried that they may... Oh, this is going to sound awful. They may tone it down for the British people.
No, I agree.
No, that's one of my worries.
I kind of...
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because
no, completely.
they have a lot of Cuban food, a lot of like basically international food.
Yes.
yeah.
And I don't know if the British people's palate is...
Yes, we live on baked beans and Greg's
know?
pasties.
But then the argument is it's near London. London's a very multicultural
It is.
city, so
Yeah,
potentially
that's true.
it's got that going for it. But I guess the people going to the theme park are going to be different from people visiting London. I do agree with you. I don't think they're going to draw from the same sort of food collections that Orlando does. It will be interesting.
As an example, we were walking through Toon Lagoon one day, and one of the small snack stands, we'd never expect anything that exciting, had a Mexican street corn rolled in a hot sriracha Doritos crumble,
wow.
which was
That was
amazing.
really good.
You know? And it's...
I'm trying to think what it's
I
called.
don't think you're going to stumble across that sort of thing over in
Elote?
the UK
Elote,
park.
yes, it is
And that's in
elote.
Toon Lagoon. It's not themed to anything
Yeah.
there. It's just...
Yeah.
No, it's elote.
yeah, very good.
Yeah.
What
Really
else was... It's just also... I think, Lee, you mentioned it previously about customer service.
Yeah.
Because we experienced, I think, twice, and I think Guy has actually sent an email to customer service to praise...
Good.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah, because it's just, customer service. Is that what we're going to get here?
I think that's one of the
The
biggest
same
things that
level?
needs. And that's one of the biggest things that needs to come to this park. Yes, you're going to need the rides and attractions and shows and stuff, but that level of customer service that you get in America, let's just say America. It's not even necessarily Universal.
I think that the Universal Corporation will be training their customer
I
service
hope so.
staff
I hope
the
so,
way
yeah.
they are trained in America, because it's an umbrella company. It has to be consistent across the board. So I think that guest relations will be as good as it is in Orlando, or as bad as it is in Orlando, whichever your viewpoint is.
The other thing for me is the way we felt about staying at Stella Nova and just having Epic and not having like a City Walk connected. I know we are getting City Walk here, but we don't know the scale of that. And I'm hoping it feels more like the original campus in terms of, things to do outside of the core park hours than it does staying over at Stella Nova. I feel like there's, I hope there's more of a bubble feeling than we got.
I think it will.
Over. Yeah, I hope so.
certainly looks like it's
I'm
gonna be
optimistic.
laid out.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other thing is weather.
well,
That really worries me.
It's like we had this week, for example, we had literally one day.
It was 20 degrees and sunny on Wednesday.
No, it's 26 degrees, 25 degrees, or something ridiculous. And then today I was back in my big winter coat.
Yeah.
11 degrees.
Crazy,
And actually,
isn't it?
the day after we got back from the States, we went for a walk and we kind of said, in 5 years' time, we'll be able to go to the UK park to kind of, scratch that itch. But we were like, but it's going to be like this outside, it's going to be cold and it's going to be wet. And is it going to feel the same?
And
Well,
the
it's
thing
not
is,
gonna
going
feel the
on
same.
rides when it's really sort of icy winds,
Yeah, it's not pleasant.
really windy, really cold, and you're going on, like, for example, if you were in Velocicoaster, a type ride in the UK when it was this 11 degrees, I don't think it's going to be very pleasant. Your face is just going to freeze.
Which is why I hope it does look like most of the rides are indoors in the concept art.
It does not. Those
true.
coasters are not out indoors. Anyway, well, speaking of that, we got a comment on Spotify, and I thought it was Guy. You actually, when I put it in the group chat, was like, that should be something interesting to talk about on the show.
Yeah. So we received a comment saying, one question. Bearing in mind the challenges that Epix has had with capacity, both from ride downtime, but also with Wizarding World only having one ride, do you think the attractions you outlined from the concept art would generate enough capacity for the park? I might have misheard, but it sounded like you thought Back to the Future and Jurassic Park have only one major attraction each. If so, would that be enough? Cheers, Tim.
So I just had a quick look at the concept art, and I reckon I can't remember what we talked about specifically on last month's episode, but you're looking at around 12 or 13-ish attractions, which is what Epic has now. 2 shows and 11 rides. That's counting Stardust as one. And I think that would be enough if everything ran well and was at capacity, because we've talked about it before. When we went to Epic in October, we had guest assistance passes through a friend of ours who was there. We waited 10 minutes to get on Ministry, and they only loaded the front row of that vehicle.
Not impressed.
And the wait time for that ride at the time was 240 minutes, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, why are you only loading half cars? Like, how?
We asked them.
How many other cars are you doing that for? Because that's 8 people per car that you're leaving out. So I think, yes, I suppose it depends what other stuff there is to do. But arguably, like how many attractions did Islands open with?
A similar number, but Islands, when it opened, wasn't opening to the sort of crowds that Epic did or UK will. At the time Islands opened, Universal wasn't really the major player in the industry that it is today. Islands struggled for attendance for the first 10 years until
Wizarding World opened.
Because they marketed it terribly. The whole Universal Escape thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think Tim raises an interesting point here, because I don't think it's just about the number of attractions. What we've seen in Epic, for example, is it's about the number of attractions in a world, or themed to an IP. And, when you look at that park as a whole, Monsters Unchained can be, as we say, 20 minutes, where Ministry is at 3 hours. So he points out that when we went through the concept art, we thought Back to the Future, major IP, major land for the park, looked like it only had one major attraction. Same with Jurassic. So if people are drawn to those major IP lands, the fact that there are other attractions elsewhere doesn't necessarily balance the crowds where they are being distributed.
But would it help having something else somewhere else for people to go, such as City Walk, because that's not what Epic has?
I think during core park hours, people are going to be in the park riding rides. I think that's what most people are going to go there for. So I agree that if you have, let's say, Jurassic World and Back to the Future, we don't know about Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or anything, but it does seem like Jurassic and Back to the Future look likely based upon the concept art. So those are the 2 major IPs that look likely at this point from what we know. And if you have one attraction in each of those areas, even if you have 3 or 4 attractions in the Super City Funland area, that's not going to help balance the crowds from those attractions.
But then if you look at something like Gringotts in Diagon Alley only has 1 attraction.
Yes.
But that never gets
up. And when it first opened, that was a bit of a mess.
But not as bad as Battle of the Ministry is, or even let's look at Hagrid's. How long has Hagrid's been open at this point? 7 years? And it's still ridiculous wait times all the time.
But doesn't Gringotts have a higher capacity than Battle of the Ministry?
Theoretically, Battle of the Ministry should have a high... We don't really know what the capacity of these
and that's
are.
The problem. I still don't think Battle of the Ministry is running at full capacity.
No,
do we know how many... Because that area you load into is like an octagonal room.
It's a carousel, isn't it?
So it's got... loads 4 at a time.
4 rooms, I think.
4 elevators at a time.
Yeah.
With 8 people. So you're loading...
No, there's more than that. There's 6 in the front row, and I think there's 8 in the back.
No, I think they're 8 and 8. I think it's 8 at the front and 8 at the back. I think it's 16.
No, it's 2.
No,
it's 6 at the front.
Yeah, 2. Yeah.
You sure?
Yes, certain.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. Because we sat in every seat the last time.
We all, like 9 out of 10 times in that ride because
we
2 people end up in the front row.
Front middle, yeah.
So,
I think there's 6 in the front, 8 in the back.
So 14 at a time. And how many ride vehicles is there in total?
I mean, they are dispatching them much faster than they used to. I can tell you
That's
that for
good.
certain.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So we think maybe 8 ride vehicles then. 1 loading, 1 riding.
So I would say Battle of the Ministry's got better capacity than Gringotts has, but this is the problem. They're not loading it well. It's how well the actual ride operators are loading those attractions.
If they're loading 6 at a time like they did with us.
That's what I mean.
Also, dispatch times can get, I think, because that is ride essentially as when you're in the loading bay, you've got 2 loading on your left and 2 loading on your right. If the one closest to you on the left has any issues being loaded, then the one behind it can't dispatch. So they can create kind of traffic jams there. So I think, that one is a little bit more complicated in its loading. But then again, when Gringotts opened, yes, we view it as the new, like a single ride in Diagon Alley. But in many ways, most people view Universal Islands as one big park. So there's still a lot more sort of attraction capacity over the both parks to kind of soak up the crowds.
I would disagree with that. I think the Universal fans treat it as one park, but I think the average guest going wouldn't. Like, I'm in this park, I'm staying in this park. So I don't think they see it that way.
But we know that most guests get park-to-park tickets now because of the Hogwarts Express.
Okay.
This was one thing which was on my mind when we're out there, which is if they open Great Britain, like they have with Epic, with a small number of e-tickets, then I think that we could be having the same discussion in 5 years' time about the UK park.
I don't think they're going to open this park with. I don't think they're with Epic being the 3rd park in Orlando. I think they wanted it to be groundbreaking, so they've really pushed the boundaries of what theme park attractions are. So you look at how ambitious Battle of the Ministry is, how ambitious, whether you like it or not, Dawn, I know you don't like it, but how ambitious Donkey Kong is, because it's the first time, I think it's 3 ride manufacturers coming together to create one coaster. All right, Mario Kart, this is the 3rd iteration of it, but it's still like computer technology based, and we all know what technology is like. It's as fickle as it wants to be at the best of times. I don't think this park will try to be as ambitious as Epic, because it doesn't need to be.
No, but then they say this is their first European theme park.
Yes.
I know you disagree.
I do.
But this is what Universal say is their first European theme park. So maybe they wanted to be ambitious. They do have competition.
Yeah, if it's going to be their flagship European park.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I understand what you're saying, but Universal in Orlando are, they're competing in the theme park capital of the world.
Yes.
And they are basically facing off against Disney. And that is where Disney, I mean, if we ignore Japan and the Oriental Land Company, that's where Disney invests most of its money as well. If you look at Disneyland Paris compared to Walt Disney World in terms of the attraction roster, there's nothing in Paris which touches things like Rise of the Resistance or Pandora or any of that.
No, because they're competing.
Here, they don't really have to.
No, because exactly, because
That's
they're competing
true.
with, funnily enough, I think a discussion we're going to get into after this, they're competing with amusement parks. It's not the same. So anything, 90% of the theme parks in amusement parks, whatever, in Europe won't have dark rides. So just to have a Universal, like a mid-level dark ride in there is going to be so different from everything else you're going to experience in a European park. I don't think they need to go as ambitious as...
Yeah.
I think it is going... the theming and the standard of what Universal bring to a theme park is going to be enough.
I think the problem is, though, those of us who do go to the Orlando theme parks and the other ones, we know what they're like, so that's what we are wanting. Whether we get it,
I don't think it's going to be that. It doesn't need to be that. It just needs to be what Universal do, but better than Alton Towers and Thorpe Park, effectively, which it will be.
To be fair, if they cloned Spider-Man and installed that, it would be one of the best rides in Europe.
I can tell you that won't happen.
I know it's not going to happen, but I can't because they've got that in Paris at Disney. Spider-Man features an Avenger campus.
Oh, really?
Well, not the ride. Yeah, there's the web slingers.
But then couldn't they use the same mechanics as the Spider-Man and
Transformers ride
over here?
Yeah, with the Jurassic World ride.
Yeah.
One we'd all like to see.
That's going to be Paddington.
I would actually love that.
So going back to his question, I don't think this is going to be on the level of Epic. I think it's going to be built very differently. I know we complained a lot about a lot of Epic disappears once it starts raining. I'd like to think that they're more aware of. I think with Orlando, for the most part, you're not dealing with prolonged rain, so it's not as big an issue. Yeah, whereas when it rains here, well, exactly, yeah, it can rain for 20 minutes and absolutely chuck it down for 20 minutes, and then 10 minutes later look like it never rained at all. Whereas over here, if it's raining, the chances are it could rain all day long. So I'd like to think they would go into
or months.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're going to have to build this park differently, and I know we've sort of seen it with Stardust having that valley issue because it got too cold or windy. These rides are going to be built differently because of the conditions that it's building in. So do I think that 12 or 13 attractions will be enough to start off with? Yes, as long as they can keep them on the up as much as possible.
I agree with you, but I share his concerns about major IPs only having a single attraction.
It's all conjecture at the moment.
That's the failure point in Epic with the Harry Potter, which is the major IP, like it or not, only having one attraction.
Which the funny thing is, we know from talking to people who worked on that park, that wasn't the number one IP for people prior to that park opening. It was Super Nintendo.
I mean, there's probably going to be shows in the park as well, and they're always good. And when families go, inevitably there's non-riders in there. So I think it's going to be a well-rounded park. I think there's going to be plenty for everybody to do.
I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
But going off the back of what you said, Guy, I think it's very telling that it looks like the next expansion to Epic is going to be a second attraction or third attraction, whichever way you look at it, in Place Cachée.
Yes.
It desperately needs it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting one. We don't know, do we? Yeah, it is.
Tim for raising it.
It's because it's not something we considered talking about it, but I don't think it's going to get the footfall that Epic got either. I don't think the world's eyes are going to be on this park like Epic was.
I mean, Disneyland Paris does some serious numbers, and I think given a lot of people do visit London just for the sake of being London, this not being far away, I think it will do.
Oh, I'm not saying it won't do well. I'm just thinking the whole world was looking at Epic Universe when that opened. I don't think this park is going to get that focus like Epic did.
Yeah, I'd agree. Anyway, moving on.
To wrap up this episode, we are starting an ongoing segment called The Universal Difference. And this month, we're looking at theme park versus amusement park. A lot of what we're used to in the UK are amusement parks, but a Universal park is a theme park. If you haven't visited a Universal or Disney park, you might think that there are two terms for the same thing, but they are very different. The thing is, Europe has theme parks.
Yes.
Rather than just amusement parks.
England doesn't.
England doesn't, no.
No.
And
Europe
does.
There's only maybe a couple in Europe, really. I would say the two standouts are Europa Park and Disneyland Paris.
Isn't Phantasialand is also quite a theme park
is very,
as well.
It's quite heavily themed.
What about Efteling, maybe? I've seen a lot about Efteling lately.
Yeah, I'd love to go to Efteling.
But we don't.
Puy de Fou.
Puy de Fou is it's not really a theme park or an amusement park.
Somewhere in between.
I've never heard of it.
Something entirely different.
What about Plopsaland?
Puy de Fou is a park in France. It's got no rides. But it's got large scale shows.
Yeah, it's we don't. If you look at Alton Towers, Alton Towers is going to be the main competition for this park. Really, it's not, but it is in the UK at least. And
it is the market leader in this country.
Yes,
and they've tried. It was Alton Towers is difficult
What about
because
Thorpe Park?
See, Thorpe Park it's a small park, to be fair. It's not. It's like Disney World. It's like, say, the Magic Kingdom compared to the whatever the Disneyland Paris equivalent is like Thorpe Park and Alton Towers.
Is even more an amusement park than Alton Towers is.
Yeah.
And Alton Towers was completely hamstrung by the fact that it was built on the grounds of Alton Towers.
It's hampered by its topography.
And they've done a fairly decent job of sort of theming the certain areas, but it lacks it because of where it is, basically.
Well, they've leaned into the Towers theme, haven't they?
For some of it.
Yeah.
Like if you look at Flamingo Land close to us, like they've tried to theme areas, but again, because they don't have that money, it's very loosely based.
It was always good fun, though.
I love Flamingo Land, but you could see over for a certain amount of time that they were trying to emulate.
Oh, yes.
Universal and Disney Park, just with like.
Oh, well, we used to because we had the season pass then.
Oh, like 100th of the budget.
Was it a champagne taste, not Prosecco budget?
Exactly. We used to go and walk around and go. Guess they've been on their annual trip around the other parks then to see what they can do. You can see the effort. That's what was being built.
But it's like, I mean, Dawn, you're the one that's brought this up on multiple episodes. For you, what is the difference?
13 years ago, before I met Guy, basically, I have never been to, I think I mentioned this many times before, I've never been to a Universal park. I've been to Disney. I've been to Six Flags Magic Mountain in
California.
LA?
Yep.
Yeah. Is it LA?
LA.
And I have been to Ocean Park in Hong Kong. And I think that is my extent. And I've obviously been to Alton Towers and Thorpe Park and Chesington World of Adventures.
I'm going to just jump in and say, wow, that is a theme park catalogue of places to have been, by the way. That's like the whole... Yeah. How many people listening to this podcast can say, oh, I've been to Ocean World in Hong Kong? Not many, I bet.
Well,
I haven't been there.
Exactly.
That's because you weren't born there.
I would love to go.
That's a fair point.
Anyway.
Tracy wasn't born in Japan, but she's been to Japan, Cal.
See, I haven't been to Japan.
Let's go.
Guy's been to Japan. I haven't been to Japan.
True. Yeah.
I'd love to go to Japan.
We'll go to Japan together, fine. Okay.
I'm going to Beijing.
Sorry,
next.
Dawn, please carry on.
Where was I? Yeah, so I kind of grew out of... I used to love being on roller coasters. I remember like Six Flags when I was a teenager. We'd be the last one on the ride, front row, and I can't remember what roller coaster it was. Maybe Goliath and Six Flags. And the person working was like, "Do you guys want to go again?" And I was like, "Yes." So we went twice. So by the time we were driving back home, when I was closing my eyes, I could just pictured myself. I felt myself on a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm. Feel the motion.
Yeah.
Yes.
But now I was just like, I've kind of gone off it. I don't like big rides. And I was secretly, I'm sorry, Guy, I apologize for this. I was secretly glad that Stardust was down.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's what was
because I was secretly happy that, I was secretly glad, relieved that Stardust was closed. Because, I mean, when I went in May, I only rode the yellow side and it was it was smooth but rough at the same time. Okay. And I got off feeling I had vertigo.
Wow. Okay.
I really did not feel great at all. And I got off Velocicoaster just feeling what happened.
Yeah.
To be fair, I feel like that getting off Velocicoaster every time.
I was thinking, I don't know what, it was 2 seconds of my life. I don't know what's happened.
That's what she said.
2 seconds. Wow, you're doing well.
And the thing is, so I was secretly glad. And that's the difference, is because you kind of, with theme parks, you don't really have to ride big coasters. There's so many other things to do. You can just walk around and just be immersed. It's just so immersive.
Yeah.
You're in a bubble. And that's why I like these things, because you just kind of you're brought into a video game like Nintendo World. You're brought into the Isle of Berk. You just immerse and you can forget about reality. You can forget about life at home. You don't even have to ride any coasters. You can watch shows. You can eat great food. You can, just be away from
Real life
for a bit. And with Alton Towers and, these amusement parks, that's what they're for, amusing you.
Mm-hmm.
They're rides, they're thrill rides.
Yeah.
And you go there for the rides. And there's not much really else to do.
Yeah,
No.
beyond that, there's kind of not a whole lot to experience. If you don't want to ride a roller coaster at Alton Towers, what are you doing with your day?
I mean, I can spend a
Nothing.
day, and I think we have spent a day or more, like in all three parks, Epic, Universal Studios, and Islands of Adventure, just walking around.
Yep.
And we didn't ride a single ride.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about you guys, but when we talk about going back to Universal, we're not like, oh, I can't wait to get on this ride. I can't wait to get on that ride. There is some of that, but a lot of it's like, I just can't wait to be walking into islands through Port of Entry. I can't wait to be eating this. I can't wait to be,
Backwater bar, just sitting
Yeah.
there, people watching with a drink.
Yep. You just want to
they're nice
exist in the
places to
parks.
exist.
Literally. There you go. Yep. So
The thing is, I've got a slightly nerdier take on this, which is I agree with
Mate,
everything
I think
everyone
me
said.
and you, Guy, are going to be very similar in our takes on this.
Yeah, it's okay. For me, I kind of break into categories, but the main thing for me, the main separation, the main differentiating factor between a theme park and an amusement park is, I'm not quite sure the best phrase to use this, but it's the placemaking, the theming, and the world building.
Yeah.
It's the density of the theming. It's the coherency of the design of the environment.
The attention to detail.
Yes.
Like every
Exactly.
little bit, even the flooring.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like the toilets in Dark Universe, for example.
Or the
everything
black seats.
is themed. They transport you to another world. So yeah, in many cases, the rides may be quite similar. Velocicoaster, if you take that out of the Jurassic Park theming, would be a great roller coaster, but it would lose something because it wouldn't have the rock work. It wouldn't have the
But isn't that
Yeah,
right?
the environmental
in
features.
Phantasialand, similar to what ride was that?
Taron, but that
Taron.
Taron has theming.
But then I would
see that as a theme park.
argue with Velocicoaster that you kind of get to see both sides of that, because that paddock section, you're fully immersed in Jurassic Park. Once you get out of that and open over the top hat, it's just a coaster that could be anywhere, quite honestly.
Well, it is, but you still, that's the other thing. The park is so beautifully designed beyond the intricacy of the worlds that you still get. My favorite part of Velocicoaster is the top hat and looking out over the
Me too.
lagoon and all of the park. So for me, that's kind of the core difference. That's what everything else comes off of. I'm not sure about you guys.
So I would say, for me, the biggest, yes, the rides obviously have a massive amount to do with it, because if you compare what you'd expect from a Universal Park to something like Alton Towers, like we've said it, Dawn said it there, if you're not riding coasters, there is nothing else to do in that park. You've got whatever the thing that replaced Jewel was, I don't know what it's called now.
Curse of Alton Manor.
And then I suppose Hex to a certain extent, and the River Rapids. But other than that, if you don't want to get wet and you're not riding coasters, there's nothing else to do. There's no dark rides, there's no shows, there's
aquarium.
nothing. Yeah, don't you have to pay extra to get in?
maybe.
So the rides have something to do with it, but it's kind of what Guy said. It's in the title. It's a theme park, and it's not just the world building. It's the music, it's the food, it's the queues. Like, when have you ever ridden an attraction in this country that has a queue anywhere near as elaborate as something like Forbidden Journey or Gringotts or Monsters Unchained? Like, nothing. You'd never get that level. And I know a lot of it's down.
The goblins in Gringotts are almost just so realistic.
They're part of the experience. You know, like I've been with people who haven't wanted to ride things, and I've got them to go through the queue with me, like Forbidden Journey.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't ride that ride anymore.
Yeah, but I was there with my parents years ago, and my mum was like not riding it. I was like, come through the queue with me. You don't have to ride it, and she was blown away by it.
Yeah.
Then they're not just holding pens, which is what they are over here.
Yeah.
They're part of the experience.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Forbidden Journey as the prime example. There was a reason why you could go and do that as a separate thing.
Yeah, the
when
castle
that first
tour.
up. Yeah, that's how we did it for the first time.
Yeah.
Although the queue in Hagrid's is awful.
Oh yeah,
I do agree with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they
to
were
them.
kind of hamstrung with that, with having to use the old Julian Dragon's queue as well. It wasn't built
Did
from
that-
scratch.
The
Did they
Julian
have
Dragon's
to? They
queue
could
was
have-
better than the Hagrid's queue is.
Well, yeah, money.
But yeah, like music plays such a huge part in it. It's like themed food. It's literally everything themed to the nth degree.
Mm-hmm.
It's all encompassing. There's nothing untouched.
Yeah.
Like, to give you the prime example of a land that's nothing. It's the entrance into the park. But look at the effort that's been put into port of entry.
I love that entrance. Like that is going back to Universal for me. That is just...
It's my favorite area of any Universal Park entry. It's
the music, the lighting, it's just everything.
The little like audio loops that play of, people talking.
Yeah.
And if you take your time and walk down, the whole place tells a story.
And how many people who walk through port of entry on a daily basis take any notice, unless you're a proper Universal fanboy or girl or them, the average guest will pay absolutely no attention to that land. But that's what it's about. It is giving you a theme, a story, and then completely immersing you in that thing.
The thing that gets me, and this is again kind of exemplifies the theme park experience for me, is when you break it down, port of entry is a few shops, a small breakfasty type place, a restaurant, a bar, and a Starbucks.
But haven't they changed it now to the Halloween?
The Lost Emporium or Hallows Eve boutique.
Yeah.
I'm not interested really, like generally in life, in shopping. I'm not a big fan of Starbucks.
No.
But you love that drink.
I do love that one drink.
There's a Cinnabon there as well, though.
Through theming, port of entry is one of my favorite place in Universal, and that's all that's in it when you break it down. It's shops and a couple of cafes.
But it feels like a little bustling port town,
and that to me is
it feels inhabited.
That to me is the one thing that really lets studios down, especially now with Epic, because it doesn't have that grand entrance like Islands and Epic does.
But look at like areas like Delancey Street. There's all of those shop facades. You could have sounds coming out. You could have an argument going on in Boris Schuster's office and stuff like that, and tell stories that way. And they are missing a trick with that. I often think that when we walk down there, because that is an absolute storyteller's dream. That street.
I think that again, that's a thing. It's not just the theming; it's the story behind the theming as well.
Yeah,
it's like we had one of the art directors for port of entry on UUOP years ago, and the backstory of port of entry is fascinating. But yet 90% of people don't even know it's there, and it's like it's weird to have a backstory for somewhere that isn't out there unless you know people who worked on that land. I'm so up now because I keep wanting to say world, and it's not world, it's land.
Yeah, you've got me doing the same thing.
Worlds are only Epic, lands are everywhere else.
Even Dawn even corrects me when we talk about Epic. She's like, world, Lee will be annoyed with you.
What is it in studios, though?
That's only because I get told off.
They're not really lands. They're more like cities.
Lands. I got told off by a friend of ours who has something to do with Epic Universe that they are worlds, not lands.
Rolls downhill, I get it.
Yep.
The other part, before I forget to mention this, is theming is a large part of it. But the other part to me is the diversity of types of attraction. Like normally in an amusement park, you either have roller coasters, thrill rides type thing, or basically flat rides. What you don't have is sort of the dark rides, the sort of rides which blend different types of media and ride experience. You don't have rides that tell stories; they've got narratives, and there's the coherency of theming from the land into the attraction as well.
Like the Ministry of Magic ride.
Yeah.
That's a complete theming. And even in Dark Universe, the Monsters Unchained. And I mean, even Velocicoaster is a big roller coaster, but there's still theming.
Yeah. I mean,
and it's theming all through, like we said, all through the
in the
queue.
First one you mentioned, Ministry of Magic. In Paris, you enter the Metro Flue. That transports you seamlessly into the Ministry of Magic, and then you're in the Ministry of Magic, and it leads you into a magical elevator. And it's just such a seamless themed experience from start to finish. From entering the land to exiting that ride is just a journey.
I have to ask, actually, while we're on this topic of Ministry of Magic and Place Cachée, because that's themed to Fantastic Beasts.
Place Cachée
really.
Ministry of Magic is.
No, Ministry.
No.
That's what confuses me, because why is Ministry of Magic there?
Ask Lee about the time turner.
Don't ask Michelle about it.
I heard that episode.
You didn't hear the
No,
full
that
episode.
actually confuses me, because anyway, I'm not going to go into this.
I had
Wasn't there a rumor that it's called Ministry of Magic because there were going to be more than one Ministries of Magic?
Yes, that's what we heard. I had a conversation with somebody, someone who knows what they're talking about. So I asked a question. It feels like you planned for this whole world to be Fantastic Beasts, and then because the films were that you pivoted and went, and then went, let's put the Ministry of Magic in. I was told, no, it was always planned to be what it is. And I trust the person that told me.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
It just doesn't make sense.
Apparently it will.
Yes, that's what we're told. It will make
Be
Okay.
sense.
patient, it will make
Another
sense.
friend of ours were like, what's that world called? We're like, Ministry of Magic. Like, oh, yeah, that doesn't make sense, because you walk into Place Cachée and he's like, it will make sense.
Okay.
Interesting.
Again, someone I trust explicitly.
Yes.
Something I'm going to bring up when it comes to the difference between a theme park and amusement park, something that is in abundance at Epic Universe, are characters. And I don't mean meet and greets, I mean just random Igor, Rough Nut and Tough
MVP.
Nut, Gobber, just people adding
Life.
to that, to
The
each
violinist
world.
in Dark
Oh,
Universe.
yes.
She's great.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like that is taking that level of theming to the next level of like the inhabitants of that. It's like
Well, the hounds, the interactions we've had with the hounds
Yeah.
have been amazing.
the Invisible Man isn't really a meet and greet. He's kind of just
No.
there.
Just shows up occasionally.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to add I haven't done it myself because I haven't bought a wand in
Oh, the portrait.
portrait.
You can talk to.
Oh yeah.
the conversations people have. I overhear the conversations people have with the portrait, and it's just absolutely hilarious.
You don't need a wand for that, by the way.
We did it
Oh,
without.
don't you?
What, to go and talk to Cassandra Trelawney? No, you
No.
can just go and walk
Yeah,
and
I
talk
thought you
to
had
her.
to activate something.
No.
Nope, she is just an
Oh.
interactive portrait. I have had a conversation
That's
with Cassandra.
interesting.
Yes.
Also, Toothless.
Oh, I met
Yes.
Toothless, my favourite.
Just
I
unbelievable.
do need to do that again.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
And we met what's that other dragon? Stormfly.
Stormfly.
Oh, cool. We haven't met. Yeah. But there's like
Nice.
we were randomly in Burke when Astrid and Twig came out of the
Oh,
show, and it was
that
the
was
same as the show. I
brilliant.
had the best interaction ever. But she wasn't doing a meet and greet. She wasn't even. I think they were just walking backstage, but
Yeah.
just had a huge interaction with them as they walk past. And it's
It was
like Port of
hilarious.
Entry's lost a lot of it when they got rid of the mayor of
The
Port of
resident.
Entry and that, and then they got
Yeah.
rid of the pirates and stuff, and that just adds an extra level that you generally don't see. Alton Towers did it a little bit.
They did,
When we
yes.
went with the kids once, they had some pirates in that piratey area at the beginning, but it's not something that you see a lot of outside of Disney and Universal, quite honestly.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the way I put it to people in the past is you go to an amusement park like Alton Towers for the rides.
Yeah.
Yes.
You go to a theme park and the rides are just part of the experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much more to it.
And Epic's
Oh,
the
yeah.
prime example of that, quite honestly. We've talked about it a lot on UUOP, that if you're going to Epic and all you're doing is focusing on the rides, then you're kind of missing the point of
Yeah.
that park.
Yeah. But again, I guess with just most people there on a one-day ticket, I understand why people feel
Oh, yeah.
forced to
Yes.
experience it that way
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah. That's
Whereas
okay.
we, with our to park hoppers, were able to experience it that way. We just took our time. We
Yeah.
relaxed. We just hung out places. It was.
And that's the way it's going to end up being, I think, for everybody.
And I hope that this park in the UK we get is somewhere in between that.
Yeah. We don't need an Epic Universe.
No.
We don't need
No.
anything quite that groundbreaking. We need a solid Universal
Yeah.
theme park.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, that's
Something
kind
that
of
feels like it's designed like from Universal,
Yes.
Yeah.
the company.
Yeah.
But then I've read things that they were having like events, Halloween Horror Nights, and
Oh, Horror Nights, that's another thing.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
because
yeah.
when you
Events
used to
is a
mention
theme park
characters,
thing.
I was just thinking about scare zones, and just the whole event is in itself extremely immersive.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to some conversations about Halloween Horror Nights. I have some people in the UK scare scene who I'm sure we can invite on to have conversations with, because I think that'll be a very interesting conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, even had someone who reached out to me and was like, hey, when are you having me on your podcast? I'm not going to put his name out there right now, but he's quite prominent in the UK theme park scene. He's done some music for some parks and some parks in Europe, actually, as well. He reached out to me. I was like, oh, we're quite busy at the moment, but yeah, we'll have you on.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think one thing off the back of this I'm really looking forward to is I've got lots of friends who just don't get it.
No.
They don't get the theme park
No.
thing. They look at a trip to Orlando as something which they may at one point have to do when their kids are old enough.
Yeah.
Look at it as something they're dreading. And I try to explain.
Or
to
they
them
have
that-
like a once in a lifetime trip for the kids, and then
Yes.
that's it,
Yeah.
one and done.
Yeah.
Exactly. But what I can't wait is to take these people who I can't convince to go to Orlando to the UK park and show them the difference. Explain to them, this is why I do this. It's not like I'm going to Orlando to visit Alton Towers.
They just say, oh, you're just going to meet Mickey Mouse. And it's like, no.
Exactly.
It's, Tracy and I have said it for so long, it's completely wasted on the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's so much more fun going as an adult than when you're a kid.
Too right.
I mean, I never went as a kid, so I don't know.
I mean,
Fair
I
point.
went as a kid and it was great, but it's a bit overwhelming, you know, whereas as an adult, yeah. Anyway, a topic for another day, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, this now brings us to the end of this 9th episode of the podcast, and we are desperate for some actual news to talk about. But we will still be here to entertain you until that happens and beyond.
We should be getting some soon, shouldn't we, you think?
We should be getting some.
Yeah, we're about
soon.
to-
Something
something.
soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we are now. I mean, 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, 5 years. And
that's
that's
been a
like I
good year.
said.
Did we receive news 5 years before Epic opened?
Yes.
Anything?
So they announced the actual world, 5 years, because it was a question on the big fat quiz of the year.
It was.
From the opening day of Epic, how many months was it till we got our first official announcement for Epic Universe? And it was 60 months, so it's 5 years to the day.
Yeah.
So if we follow that timeline, May
due
should
something
be an
soon.
interesting month.
Well, I've seen some photos and stuff around, and there's definitely construction going on there now.
Yeah, there's definitely activity. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, make sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Just search UUGBP and email us at universalgreatbritain@gmail.com.
And of course, we would like to invite you to check out all the other podcasts in the UUOP network. The one that started it all, the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. If you like to hear me and Tracy talk, if you don't, then just listen for Chris and Michelle.
Wow.
There's Rush of Fear, our year-round Halloween Horror Nights podcast.
The theme park duo for SoCal Theme Park and Haunt News, as well as general theme park info.
Whenever they come back from their little break after having their little baby.
Yes. Which is a good reason to have a break.
Yes.
There's also The Taste of Universal, which is our Universal food and beverage dedicated podcast.
The Portkey Passport, our adult-centric Disney podcast, which is having a bit of a transition at the moment, but should be coming back soon.
Big Dumb Stuff, our comedy, pop culture, and themed entertainment podcast. And actually, we met one of the hosts of that podcast when we were out in
Which
Epic.
one did we meet? Kenneth.
Kenneth.
I love
I have to jump in and go, you met Kenneth, one of the hosts of Big Dumb Stuff, but didn't mention that he's also one of the hosts of Rush of Fear. I've got your back, Kenneth, don't you worry.
We love Kenneth.
Theme Park Throwdown, a weekly battle between your favourite theme parks.
Find them on all podcast platforms. But also The Fudge Factor, helping you plan the best Universal Orlando vacation. Find them on their YouTube channel for in-park vlogs.
We'd also love for you to help shape the conversation, so do get in touch with any topics you'd like to hear covered.
But for now, that'll be us signing off. We hope you'll join us next month on our unofficial Universal Great Britain podcast.
Toodle pip!